important than how she represents society.
These because I'm sick of them. I'm just.
I see I tried selling it and that didn't work either. Yeah. Yeah.
I be trying to be celibate, but then
It'll be working out.
it will be like, let me talk to you in person, and then, you know.
And then it's just downhill from there. It's amazing.
On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Sexxy Red raised the stakes, which infuriated some. On Monday, she shared two quite contentious photos on social media, and I can guarantee that many people were not amused. One shot of her marching with MLK was clearly photoshopped, with Chief Keef appearing intermittently. Even worse was the second, which showed her holding hands with Dr. King on what appeared to be a dance floor. Not only was this a terrible joke, but it was also obviously disrespectful to a famous person like MLK, who worked tirelessly to defend civil and human rights. Bernice King, the daughter of Martin Luther King Jr., quickly intervened and confronted her, as if that weren't enough. The post from Sexxy was described by Bernice King as shameful, dishonoring, terrible, and purposefully disgusting. She had no reservation. She was right when she said that Dr. King is not here to defend himself, and that greater respect should be given to her family and her father's memory. The fascinating aspect is that Appealing Red immediately took charge after it was pointed out that it didn't look good. MLK's legacy extends far beyond party posters, artificial intelligence developments, and using his reputation to increase his influence. Expressed regret and removed the message. She said that her intention was harmless and that she didn't plan to offend MLK's family. She said that people should consider what it would be like to have their father trivialized in stories and memes before apologizing. However, this is not the first time that ridiculous AI representations of Martin Luther King Jr. have garnered significant attention. Similar Photoshop images of MLK and rapper Ice Spice, for example, went viral on social media in 2023. Fans made memes during marches that made ridiculous and amusing comparisons between Ice Spice and MLK. Even though the memes are funny, they are still criticized for trivializing MLK's legacy. Despite Bernice King's acceptance of the apology, the example shows how memes and AI modifications made by celebrities spread, and not in a positive way. Ice Spice dismissed it as a fan-driven hoax, but Sexxy Red's account of events took a more serious turn on MLK Day when she actively tweeted about it. No one could possibly find that anything other than disrespectful in light of the time period and situation. Charleston White claims that this is insufficient and that Sexxy Red's disrespect for Black culture in order to get power is a worse problem. Karen says the explanation for the harmless mistake is unrealistic and is just another instance of her misappropriation of money from her own people. He has attacked her for her actions, saying she is using them to make money and disparage the culture, from her inflammatory remarks to her controversial lip gloss titles. He now claims that she was paid by superiors to behave in this manner, especially after the MLK hoax. Never one to keep his thoughts to himself, Charleston is expressing his thoughts, even if they are strong ones, about Sexxy Red's actions to everyone. Charleston's suggestion of attractive reds is intended to normalize the disdain and stigmatization of Black women. Y'all, he declares, it's a spirit, a toxic energy that's being marketed to the younger generation to make acts that are harmful seem cool. Enticing red is being used to convey some quite terrible ideas, Charleston claims, and the company has been concentrating more on messaging than music.
Supremacy have never just strictly targeted Black girls. They really started targeting Black girls are not pretty if you don't have white girl hair. There was a symbolic thing that they were doing. Now they're stripping the Black girl of the Black man has already changed the Black woman's image to the world by way of rap music. It's hosts up the dick for a girl and a rap video. So that's why Mr. Lawrence and Simpson came out and said, hold up, y'all, we can do this music. So that's why she came out again. She saw where it was going. Right? So now, we're at a point now, if a Black woman is raped, she's going to be forced in comparison to a white woman. They're going to automatically sacrifice a Black girl once. So we're going to start seeing because of the energy of Sexxy Red. We're going to start actually white snatching themselves, going back into the black community, snatching up the sexy red with the black girl, or putting one spot for a sexy red that she does it on the black. So the black girl just started to she just started to.
He believes that gangster rap has already destroyed black men, but now black women are the focus. According to him, who is at the forefront, indeed, it is a fiery red. He believes that her self-promotion and songs are too explicit and give young black women a negative message. According to their portrayal, she deprives black girls of their dignity and allows society to treat them poorly in order to accomplish a larger objective. A picture begins to take shape when you consider that and the criticism she has been receiving for making fun of a cultural icon like MLK.
You know, her spirit amongst young girls. She's introducing. We've had a gangster spirit. The gangster spirit down there, white and young black men alive. This whole spirit is going to do a number on the young black girls. And I already got the boys. They never have.
Charleston emphasizes that this is part of a long-term strategy rather than a coincidence. Using music as a vehicle for evil, he claims that artists have historically spread dividing views throughout society. In response to artists like Sexxy Red, who promote pornographic content and flaunt their wealth, the industry seems to be saying, look, this is the way to make it, but is it really worth it? Charleston, on the other hand, goes farther and claims that this is not the case. Charleston is right to say that other artists are involved. Pound Town and other songs are not just for entertainment. They have an effect. In addition to singing along for enjoyment, we must recognize that young people who listen to this type of music are internalizing these concepts, which is changing how they view themselves and what is suitable.
Song that it can be activated with music. So these elements are being deposited because they get to hear this, they get to see this. And not only that, they watch the rewards of it. So I just read a question where somebody asked that she read something about why she always carries money around. She said that she carries a lot of money around because
Let's now discuss the abyss of emotions. Charleston claims that beautiful red lied to all the young women who admired her when she revealed that she had money on hand to use as an outlet for her feelings. What would a woman think if she saw that much cash? She would assume that since it would give her power, she would go to any lengths to obtain it. Charleston claims that this kind of thinking makes young girls more susceptible to being duped, coerced, and taken advantage of by anyone with money.
trick because of a lot of money can show them. I used to trick girls like that. A little hard in the hood. I'll take $2,000 and they'll get $400 worth of money. $200 worth of money. And I'll make $2,000 look like $2,000 in total. So we don't know, the kids don't know that a black motherfucker walk around with a lot of money but really don't have no power. Because cash money has become really obsolete. No person with power holds cash. Nobody. No person with power and influence holds cash on them. And it's easier to be too intelligent as an emotional support than she loves money. For the love of money
In fact, Beautiful Red has been attacked by Charleston White previously. In 2023, he had actually been pursuing her for a minute during one of his now famous tantrums on YouTube. Charleston immediately pointed out a flaw in one of her pictures and accused her of having an STP. He reprimanded her while pointing out the alleged flaw in his claims. Although it most likely went over her head like water on a duck, Charleston was adamant about holding on to this. That composition provided the background for the more significant issues he is now disclosing about her music and impact. Keep eating that ground beef whole and effing raw. It's said in the iconic Pound Town lyrics, and Hot Red was not impressed. The foundation of his fame has always been controversy.
Whore. You a stoned down dirty lady hoe.
We're gonna have to bleep that. You trying to get me,
But this is the issue. In addition to Charleston White's criticism of Sexxy Red, Lauren Jamar is also one of her most vocal detractors. Anybody who knows Lord Jamar knows that he has never held anything. When it came to stunning Red, he didn't hold back whether you agree with him or not. He is renowned for being brutally honest and uncultured. He has a tendency to think quite highly.
In order to inspire other young girls to be like her. I saw where they were trying to bring her to a school to like talk to the kids, right? But she pulled up to the school smelling like weed, so they didn't let her in, and she got mad. And she got mad, so went outside and opened the sunroof to the limo or whatever, and was like twerking out the limo. Well, all the kids gathered around, cheering on. You know, Sexy Red looked like the type of girls like back in the days, like you walk in the room and be like, you know, like something is. And what's crazy is I see the video where she said her own music.
In an interview with The Art of Dialogue, Lord Jamar went to considerable measures to assert that she is the embodiment of every issue that the profession is currently dealing with. As much as he disliked her music, he also criticized her looks. He even hinted that she appeared to have a certain scent in a fairly critical review, but he goes farther than that. You know what? Additionally, Lord Jamar went into greater detail on the frequently contentious subject of industrial plants. I'm sure one of them must be Sexy Red. There is truth behind this. It is not a conspiracy idea. She's like musicians like Six and N, who are both great examples of how the industry chooses certain people to do specific jobs, he added.
It's real. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory to believe that there are industry plants, you know, the Tekashi 6ix9ines and, you know, people like that.
That are put in this game to skew the minds of the masses and lead them down a certain road. And the road usually leads to some sort of self-destruction. Whether it be, you know, trying to get them on some gang banging and let them crash out that way, or get the females on some Porsche so they can go out here and, you know, have mad babies or you know, contract be transmitted diseases and all this nonsense, you know, or to promote pharmaceuticals like Plan Bs and all this bullshit.
According to a person's image and the message they convey are more important than their abilities, Jamar states. In his opinion, Red's alluring appearance serves as more than just a catalyst for conflict. It is dangerous. He thinks that black women are being utilized to further damage their reputations by being treated like commodities.
Promote like the lowest level of everything. You know what I mean? They're trying to turn our women into, you know what I mean? Like they really want to turn our women into for culture. Like, and Sexy Red is just another example of how we're gonna reward someone who's, you know, very low on the financial totem pole. You can tell this girl came from like the Jets. Like, I don't know where she's from, but she come from the dirty Jets. Like, you know what I mean? And like everybody knows girls like her. You know what I mean?
There's more though, so wait. There was a heated discussion after TikTok artist Gunna Dannon called out Sexy Red as a marketing ploy. Sexy Red, as you may know, refused to accept the accusation and did not comply with it. With typical flair of flaming red, she then declared that Red's powerful, outspoken personality and overt sexuality were the reasons why black women should avoid her and Sufi Hannah. Sincerely, we have become accustomed to her enthusiasm while you were writing the notes. But this is where it gets awkward. I'm young, and you turn everything against me out of anger. Despite the fact that many believe Dane's criticism was more about enforcing a limited, idealized portrayal of black femininity that limits individuality and self-expression than it was about keeping people accountable. The accusations made against Messier Dan generated a much bigger social media debate about elitism in the black community. Although there were some people who admired her, Others felt that she was reinforcing harmful stereotypes by demonizing women like enticing red.
They want to post because they know every time I get posted, it's gonna go up. Because they know somebody gonna talk some shit. I feel like the blogs be on me. Like, y'all know they finna get on there and talk the shit about me. So why y'all even posted?
You're actually one of the most authentic people I've met.
The critique, according to Sexxy proponents, is the root of the issue because it makes fun of black women for not conforming to a particular stereotype. Who was at fault in this situation is an intriguing question brought up by this conversation. Despite their ridiculous strategies, women are drawn to sexy red symbols of integrity and self-reliance. While her supporters contend that these narratives are being forced by the same system that profits from generating controversy and shock value, DNA and other detractors claim she is promoting a negative narrative. Even while Sexy Red may be a reflection of the music industry and society at large, is she truly harming the way black women are viewed? Interview 1834/1855. According to Lord Jamar, the business has already labeled Sexy Red a fraud. It is clear from everything that has been happening recently, from the AI-generated MLK issue to the harsh comments made by Charleston White and the accusations made by Lord Jamar that she is an industry plant, that Sexy Red is the primary focus of these contentious discussions. Could it be that she has no regrets? Because of her controversial songs and the charges attached to her name, which alternate between making her a daring performer and a divisive figure in black culture, it is not a surprise that she is frequently criticized for her actions. How do you feel about this? Is Sexy Red's behavior sufficiently exaggerated in your opinion? Or do you think Lord Jamar and Charleston White are right to criticize her? Do you think that the business may be? In your opinion, will Sexy Red ever address these issues in a way that alters public perception? Tell us in the comment box below. It is essential to click like and subscribe if you wish to track the latest developments in this area. Of course, you'll see even more drama in the next video that appears on your end screen.